What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Central, and today we're going to recap Game 59 of the regular season, where the Knicks lose 115 to 92 to the Pelicans. And I don't know what there is to say other than the same thing that is said night in and night out. They are hurt, and they were more hurt tonight than they've been in previous games. They probably shouldn't have won last night's game against Detroit. Well, all of a sudden, Jalen Brunson has some, I think it was neck spasms or neck pain, waking up this morning. And then you have Hartenstein, who's not ready to go because of his Achilles. All of a sudden, that means Jericho Sims is getting big minutes. Precious Achiuwa basically playing the entirety of the game. And then that means the offense for Brunson's side of things, where you need guys to step up, and it just didn't happen. It just did not happen. You had nobody really that stepped up at all. And you look at the stat sheet and you're like, all right, well, you know, there was some good production from Dante DiVincenzo and Bojan Bogdanovic. The problem is that they were, I mean, Dante especially, wildly inconsistent. He chucked up 18 threes and got 7 of them, which, yeah, I mean, you take 7 threes, but he chucked up 18 because the shot selection was terrible all night. It felt like he was trying to play hero ball, and he was just chucking up everything he could because Deuce McBride wasn't effective at all. He went 3 for 11 from the field, 2 for 7 from downtown. That's just not going to be an effective way to win. You have Bojan Bogdanovic, which he was great when he checked into the game. He brought a huge spark when he came into the game in that first half, and then he just tailed off. Josh Hart, he had a pretty solid first half, tailed off. Precious Achiuwa was very solid in the first half too. Started to tail off. Granted, his defense, I thought, stayed consistent for the most part in this game, considering the fact that there was just nobody to help him out there in the paint because Jericho Sims stinks. And he had some good defensive plays early himself, but it's so easy to predict. And they were talking about it on the broadcast, and I noticed it because it's true. You have Jericho Sims, who's just making no impact on the offensive side of the ball, that it's just easy. It's just too damn easy for the Pelicans defensively to read that, because the Knicks are basically running with 4 guys on offense. And then don't even get me started on Alec Burks. He's been dog shit. Like, there's no way around how bad Alec Burks has been. 2 points for him on the night. He went 1 for 7 from the field, 0 for 2 from downtown. I don't know what there is to say. He's just been terrible since the Knicks have brought him back, and it's a shame because I was excited about the trade. You guys know that was the first video on the channel here. I was excited about the trade, but he has just been, quite frankly, terrible, honestly, and like to the point where Tibbs didn't even play him a lot tonight, and that's with a short bench and everything. You got to question if he's even going to be called in the rotation often when this team's healthy, if he's going to keep playing like this, because I'll tell you right now, there's not a chance in hell that if I'm Tibbs that I'm giving him valuable minutes down the stretch here. Like, it's just not happening if he's going to keep playing like this. And it's not even that he was trigger happy today. If anything, it was the opposite. And, you know, when he did chuck up shots, it was a terrible selection. How many times do I talk about here that he just chucks up the most random shots? But that was the Knicks in a nutshell tonight, where their offense was just non-existent. But before we jump further into the recap, since I didn't even say it, leave a like here on the show if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live on the channel as well. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what really to say other than the lack of size killed them in this game. They had pretty much no points in the paint. The Knicks had 26. The Pelicans had 34. The rebound game was just not, it just wasn't there either. Like, Hart had a lot of his boards early in the game, was non-existent the rest of the way. Precious, I think, had 4 or 5 boards in the first half. Only got 2 or 3 the rest of the game, and nobody was really helping in that part of the game. And yeah, you're just not gonna win a basketball game this way, and because their second chance points too, non-existent. Their transition game too, non-existent. But yeah, the first quarter wasn't even terrible. That's the thing. Like, they started off good defensively, and they had some big steals too. Like, Deuce had a steal early in the game. All of a sudden, Devo knocks down a 3, and it's like, all right, you know, Devo's maybe gonna step up, have a big game here. Which, you look at the stat sheet and you look at the points, and it's like, he gave you what you expect here, but it's just the way that it went down and just seeing his, percentage from the field and from downtown that really just gives me a little bit of an ick there, which, I don't know. Like, sure, it's not bad they went 38.9% from downtown, but from the field, like, they weren't even getting. That's another thing too. Like, the Knicks struggled to get to the line a lot in this game, especially the first half. It felt like they had no free throw attempts. All of a sudden, that changed a bit later on, but I'm just speaking for that for earlier in the game. But like, both teams were strong defensively early on. They had some big blocks, and Achua and Sims made some big plays defensively. The offense was terrible though. Like, Devo and Boyan, just their shot selection was terrible. Things changed in the second quarter, though. Hart comes back into the game. All of a sudden, he's helping offensively. Boyan's looking good as well offensively. Devo's starting to heat up. Deuce stepped up even. And then the third quarter, all that just evaporated. It took them until, I think it took them 4 minutes to get points on the board. Like, Dante DiVincenzo hits a 3 4 minutes into the third quarter. That's your first bucket of that half. Come on, man. Like, the way they played defensively kept them in the game, but this offense looked ugly without Jalen Brunson. It looked ugly. And, the ball movement wasn't even terrible, but it's just, again, couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. The shots were just not going at all. And somehow they escaped the quarter with only like 17 or 19 points, and it was a close game. And, Devo had a couple clutch threes, and it's like, all right, maybe there's hope. And then the fourth quarter, I mean, there's pretty much nothing. I lost focus. I'll be honest. I lost focus. The defense just completely shit the bed at that point. And then offensively, yet again, just another terrible quarter. So I don't know what to say other than it's just infuriating that this team is not healthy, and it's frustrating basketball to watch right now. It's frustrating basketball to watch when this team is just not healthy. And I'm watching Jericho Sims get the big minutes. I'm watching Precious Achua play like the whole game. And that's not a knock on how Achua's been playing. Like, he's actually been playing solid, but you ideally don't want it to be that way, where he's logging 40 minutes. Dude's logging 40 minutes, not giving you a lot. Like, and he was a minus 26 tonight too. Like, I don't know. So they gotta just get healthy. They gotta get healthy, and they probably win this game with Brunson in at the very least. Like, I mean, even Hartenstein, you could argue, really makes a difference in this game, but I don't know if he's the difference in them winning. But both are in the lineup. They definitely walk away with a W in this one, but they got probably an undeserved W last night, so I guess it kind of is what it is. And then you play Golden State. Not excited for that one. And then Cleveland, all of a sudden. Like, these games are not going to get easy. They need to get healthy and quickly. Simple as that. But let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Would love to hear from you guys. Don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live. And I will see you in the next one.